Good morning, and thank you for keeping it Citizen Television. Those who woke up with us in the wee hours of the morning, we appreciate your time and company. And if you're just joining us, those of you who follow this segment very keenly, you're just in time for the best part. I always call it the best part of the show, and on the best day of this particular week. It is Thursday, like we always do it. We get our hands dirty in the kitchen, in a good way though. And this particular Thursday being the last Thursday of November, something interesting that happens annually, a culture that we are going to be learning about. It is Thanksgiving in the US, and as you can see, all represented in studio this morning, there is a very big turkey, by the way, guys, which plays a very key role in part of this tradition and culture. And I am very delighted and honored to have none other than the chargé d'affaires, that is Mark Dillard. I'm still trying to master my French, yeah, but he'll tell me a bit more about how, this role is all about. And of course, he's not new in Kenya. He has been serving as the deputy chief of mission in our country. So we will learn more about, what he has been able to gather, his experience being in Kenya, and of course, this new capacity that he is now serving. How does he feel? What hopes does he have? And he's right here with me in studio. And of course, today it's a bit different. We have a chef as well who will be telling us a bit about the side dishes. But let me start with you. Just tell me a bit more about yourself. This is the time Kenyans would like to hear more about who you are.
Sure.
And why not an ambassador?
Sure. Well, Steffi, first of all, thank you so much for letting me join you on the show today. What a special day for us. It is Thanksgiving, a time when Americans really stop and think about all the blessings in their lives. Usually gather with family, have this large meal that we'll talk about a little bit today. But one of the things that I'm thankful for is being here in Kenya. My experience here has been really wonderful. So I arrived in Kenya in 2022. I arrived just around the time of the last elections, and so have had the chance to see some of the great things that the United States and Kenya have done in that time. I'm not new to the African continent. I've served in Malawi, and I've served in DR Congo as well. So it was a great thing to come back to Africa again, and Kenya is such a wonderful place. So I've had a chance to I've traveled to the west. I've been out in Kisumu and Siaya County and seen Lake Victoria. I've been to the coast.
Wow.
I've been in Central. I've been up to Laikipia. I've gotten a chance to be around the country personally, just to see some of the great things that are here, some of the great aspects of Kenya, but also as part of our work, right? So we have a lot of projects. I think, as many Kenyans know, we do treaty work, and of course, economic development.
All right. I'll be sinking deep, into your diplomatic work, because we're really keen to know, how that has built into what you're doing now. But have you learned a few Swahili words? A few.
Yes.
Thanksgiving in Swahili?
Oh, I don't know what Thanksgiving is in Swahili.
Okay, if you want to say thank you, you say asante. If it is Thanksgiving now, describing a season or that holiday, you'd say msimu wa shukrani. I know that would be a mouthful. Msimu wa shukrani.
Msimu wa shukrani.
Yes, so we are in that season of Thanksgiving, and you'll tell us a bit more about what it is.
Yes.
A very interesting culture, and thank you to the U.S. Embassy every year, by the way. We've been doing this right here on What's Cooking.
Who doesn't like sharing their own culture, right?
There's a very big turkey, guys.
Yes.
Enough for all of us, and even you who is watching, so keep us company. And of course, just to hear a bit about Jeff. Jeff is a chef from Sankara. Salimia watu.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chef Jeff Gitonga, and I'm glad to be part of this monumentous event. Very prestigious and very homely and family-oriented. Very happy to celebrate Thanksgiving.
All right. So Jeff will be in charge of the side dishes and what we're going to be taking as accompaniment. But the expert on this side is with me here. So why don't we just take it away?
Sure.
Tell us a bit, as you tell us a bit about Thanksgiving, you can also tell us why turkey is such a big deal. And here on this show, by the way, it's you do as you talk. So we just get our hands dirty.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with the holiday itself. So Thanksgiving's been an official holiday since 1863. President Lincoln in 1863 declared it as a holiday. But even before that, Americans got together. There are roots that go back to the times of settlement of the United States, of this time of year when in the United States it's fall, it's harvest time. And it's before winter when things become, like the leaves fall off the trees and things become gray. It's time to say thanks for the bounty that we have. So turkey is an American bird. You've described this as large. It's not small, but I've seen larger birds.
I'm yet to see.
Right, because the bigger the family celebration, the better. And you have to have a turkey, or sometimes two turkeys, in order to feed everyone.
The whole family.
Feed the whole family.
With those
and share with
it.
So a big part of this is sharing, and a big part is family. So
right.
My memories of Thanksgiving. So I grew up in Illinois. Illinois is where the city of Chicago is. So I was outside of the city of Chicago. My grandmother lived with our family, so sometimes we would stay and invite other cousins, uncles, aunts, and sometimes we would travel to Kentucky, which is another state in the southern part of the United States, where my father's mother lived and family. So sometimes we would travel to different parts of the extended family. Sometimes extended family would come to us. So I guess we get to be family today. As we share this meal.
All right. Why don't we just
shall we start with the turkey and carve the turkey?
Yes.
Can I get you to carve the turkey?
Oh my goodness. I've never done this before.
So usually it's either the patriarch or the matriarch of the family who does this. So it's a very honored thing to be the one who carves the turkey.
Oh my
if you could do that.
That is going to be a challenge. All right.
Maybe I can give you the instruction. I'd suggest maybe starting by dividing right here. We should probably take the.
All right. Kenya and the U.S.
Kenya and the U.S.
Okay.
Do you want?
Yeah. So in terms of the side dishes and what do we have?
So side dishes, Chef, do you want to describe what you've put together?
So basically, I've done a simple side dish, which is very sort of like comfort food. I've got creamy mashed potato. I've got green bean casserole. I've got cranberry sauce. On the side, you've got bread stuffing as well. And I think you got some something special.
And I brought a side dish.
Special you made.
I did.
So
yes.
Do we uncover it?
Yes, let's uncover it. Let's uncover it. I don't know how we can.
So pretty much everything is almost ready, or 90% ready. So it's gonna make work very easy for us. Today is all about eating and giving thanks. Yeah,
maybe a few things. First, cranberries. Are cranberries very common in Kenya?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cranberries are a fruit that grows. They're native to the United States.
Yep.
And so it's a very special food. They are a little bit bitter, but often we add some sugar to make the sauce sweet. I assume you've had some.
Yeah. Sometimes I put also a bit of port wine. Just to give it a bit of.
So this is one of my specialties.
Yep.
So everyone in our family, everyone contributes.
Okay.
And usually we start cooking a few days before.
So it's not like a one-day cooking affair.
It can be two or three days. So I usually do the pie before.
Oh, wow.
And I think Chef has some pecans in the pie. I usually do a pecan pie.
Yes.
And I usually do a cranberry sauce. So I boil down those cranberries. Usually I do it with pear and ginger and a sugar sauce.
Okay.
And then add lemon, and that lemon ginger pear combation. It creates it's a very refreshing. Cuts through. There's a lot of heavy food here.
Yes, it's quite heavy.
So it's very rich.
To sort of like balance it.
Exactly. So it's a good complement.
All right.
Oh, nice.
And then usually. We have a stuffing, like a bread stuffing. Often, Chef, did you actually do it as stuffing?
Yes.
Okay, so the bread is put inside the turkey and baked in the turkey, and therefore all the juices of the turkey are soaked up with the bread.
Yes.
And that becomes a very rich set of flavors to complement. So you can look for that in the bread.
Okay.
And I will say that, as I said, family. In my family,
We could, you know, have,
should we start? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start.
So
let's
your
start
family,
here.
you were telling me?
Or you can. Or you
I
can
need the instructions first.
Why don't you slice here so we separate the legs here from the breast?
And it's warm.
Yes.
It's warm.
Still very warm.
So
was this like done overnight?
Yes,
or?
like a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yes,
a
but
few
yes,
days-
a few hours
a
ago.
few
Yeah.
seconds ago.
A few minutes ago, yes.
Am I getting it?
You are. And then what we're going to do is
My goodness.
is the the turkey breast is here, and what we want is a nice slice that keeps the skin, because the skin, the chef has spent a
Yes.
long time getting the skin right.
Yes, the
I'm almost
crispy.
there.
Right. So you're now going to do a cut here, and you're going to go into the breast so that when you do the slice, you get a nice slice that comes off. So the second cut is right there.
This is okay?
Yes,
Yep.
that's perfect. In fact, I will just separate that a little, make it a little easier for you.
Oh, lovely.
Do we
That's
do
it. You're doing that exactly.
Oh my
exactly right.
Yeah.
And look, you can see the juice coming. So
Oh
the chef has
my,
done a
this
great
is
job.
Really
Yep.
nice.
Right. Excellent.
Okay.
Very good. Perfect. And-
Leave it at that?
All right. Leave it at that. And then if you start here and slicing, you'll keep that great skin, and we will collect it in a.
Wonderful.
Chef, can you? It's better from that side, I think.
So to make the turkey, because it's so big, how do you ensure that it's like well cooked in
So what happens is we usually marinate it overnight, and then actually we inject it with butter
Okay.
to make it more moist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So probably for this bird, it took about 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So So
All right. So
we
you're
slice it
You're going to go this way.
this way.
and down so that you make a nice slice of the turkey breast.
Oh, you have to
There
be
you go.
very careful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
That's okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
There
Awesome.
you go.
Wow.
Perfect.
Did you see that?
Very nice.
Eh? I'm
Well
becoming
done.
an expert in
Yes.
this. That's it?
Yes. So now if you
you need another-
do
oh.
do
A
a
couple
few
of
more.
slices.
As
Just one more?
Yes.
So just go, you just do that?
Just keep going. You'll hit the bone about here. So
All
you
right.
have.
All right, just one more, let me
Yeah.
say. Okay, so you have to really be careful to get
Wow.
the skin as
Yes.
well.
Exactly.
Because of the...
And some family members always the skin is the favorite part.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think for me as well would be that. You look at how it is looking all crunchy and stuff. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Now if you wish, we can take off one of the legs.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe chef, would
Yep.
you
You
take off
can-
one of the legs?
please.
The leg is one of those
Do
those
the
spots.
honors.
Because the breast has the meat is whiter, and then in the legs the meat is darker.
Darker.
And so there's a different taste between those. One's a darker flavor and one's a lighter flavor.
Okay.
And then in every family there's an argument about which is better.
All right. Which is your favorite part?
I prefer the breast here.
The breast,
Yes, I do.
all
I do.
right.
And the skin.
all right,
is
all right.
part of my favorite. So
you described your cooking experience
Mm-hmm.
in a deeper way. I'd like to hear more about where that started.
Sure.
Are you like? Did you start it like when you were young, or is it something that you've just learned along the way? And why do you love cooking?
So I think I started as a teenager, just as part of the family. Did a lot of cooking with the family, and so it's just an interest. I have no specific training, but who doesn't love food,
Who
right?
doesn't love food?
Who doesn't love food? And learning
right.
a little bit more, so you can see the difference, the color difference between the different parts of the turkey.
Oh yeah, this is like pinkish, and then this is almost whitish.
And they get a bit of a stuffing as well.
Everybody gets a taste of what they love. Those of medium rare, well
Yes.
done, well cooked, you get a taste of what you love.
Stuffing.
And then
Right.
what I like in my family, I think,
Wonderful.
as we do the sides, okay, there's also a debate, right, at every family table. Is it the turkey more important or the sides more important? So in my family, the stuffing is a recipe that comes from my wife's family.
Can I have a taste?
Please. And the cranberry sauce and the corn pudding.
I just went for the skin.
You went for the skin? Okay.
Straight away.
Those things come from my side of the family. So each family, I think, in the food, you see the family, each generation of family coming together and merging the traditions of their own families.
All right. There you go. All right, so back to this tradition.
Yes.
I know it goes way back, but a lot has changed with the modern times.
Sure.
Especially now that you're coming from a very intense election back in the US. What would you say is unique about this specific Thanksgiving Day? What's different? What's new? What's fresh?
What's new? What's fresh? I'm not sure that there is much that's new or fresh. I mean, when I think of Thanksgiving, it's that bedrock of family. So it's that touch point in the year that you can gather and see folks. So we're, my wife and I are here. Our children are back in the United States. They actually, in the absence of being able to be with us, have gone to celebrate with their grandparents, and they will do what we're doing, and they will contribute in their way as they're learning how to cook in the next generation. With them.
Also, it's sort of like a family tradition that has to be passed on.
Right. So so today I'm happy to speak a little bit about the election, but I don't. It's not particularly connected to the holiday for me.
Okay. So. But as in the spirit of Thanksgiving,
yes.
as a country, probably what would you say?
As the spirit of Thanksgiving, as we come together, people come together to celebrate what's best about our traditions and and that bedrock of family that and knowing, recognizing the blessings that we have, right? And that's so important to take a moment from time to time to remember that. Can I switch and as you tasted? Can I serve you a little bit from my family tradition that we brought today?
I told you you're hosting me.
Oh, I'm hosting you today. So this is corn pudding. So corn. I mean, Americans say corn instead of maize, but where I grew up is a big maize growing area, and then this is a southern tradition. I think I said my father's family is from more in the south in the United States. And so this is maize-based pudding. It's a little bit sweet, so a little bit of a side, a little bit of a dessert on the plate. But I hope you enjoy it.
I hope I will. Do you have cutlet?
We must have some cutlet.
We should.
One of the reasons I thought
so
to bring...
you told me this was like one of your favorite
this is one of my favorite things to make. This is one of the things I make every year.
And it has an attachment to Kenya as well. When you said maize, you got me there.
There you go. Yeah, well, I mean, I do know because maize is such an important component in ugali.
We make it differently.
Ugali, yes.
But it's not going to taste at all like ugali. Yep. But this, and the other thing is this recipe came from, I'm not even sure if it was my grandmother or great-grandmother. But I have the recipe. It only has the ingredients. It doesn't even say. It doesn't even give the instructions because she had been making it her entire life. She didn't even have to remember like this many minutes or that much. But it's really
nice. I'm kind of connecting it to porridge that is made out of maize meal right here in Kenya. And because there's some sugar in it.
It has eggs and sugar and milk.
And milk.
Right. Eggs and sugar and milk is a good combination.
Yes, it is. It's really nice, by the way. This is good. So this you take as an accompaniment?
As an accompaniment. We've had, perhaps we can add, should we add the mashed potatoes? Because this, like the maize, are starches for some sides. And maybe I will grab a little bit of the stuffing for you. And any properly done plate will be over full.
So this has to be there in any Thanksgiving table. Like, what are the must-haves?
The must-haves would be the turkey, the stuffing. For most people, some kind of mashed potato, usually a green bean, usually a green bean, and cranberry sauce and gravy.
Gravy, yeah.
Yes.
This is really also good. I don't know whether I should just wind up the show and eat, but I'm really keen on learning more about you as well. What are you thankful for, with the duration that you have spent in our country? What has it given you that, as you stand here today, you'd be thankful and grateful for, the key highlights?
I mean, I'm thankful for the team that I work with at the embassy. We have a really talented team, and I'm thankful for the things that we've been able to do together. One of the things that I learned when I came to Kenya was about the work of the PEPFAR program. I'm not sure, are you familiar with PEPFAR at all?
Yeah.
So PEPFAR, right, is working on preventing HIV/AIDS. And PEPFAR started in Kenya 21 years ago.
21 years.
And the transformation of the treatment of that disease from a disease. So 21 years ago, I was working in Malawi, and the outlook for people who had HIV at that time in Malawi, but actually anywhere around the globe, that was a death sentence. Today, it's a manageable condition, and I think we have more than 1.2 million Kenyans who are getting antiretroviral drugs so that they can live dignified lives through this program. It's an amazing program. I'm thankful to see that kind of difference, that kind of good that's happening. I'm thankful to see the places where we've been able to work with social entrepreneurs. You see Americans who've come in who are pairing up with Kenyan businesses. They're creating jobs for people. People want to provide for their families, right? And so giving people that opportunity, it's a great thing to be able to show up in a job where you feel like you're making a difference. And so I'm thankful to have a job where I feel like I'm making a difference.
Yeah, I'm thankful to have a job too.
Right?
Yeah, I'm thankful about a lot of things myself. Now that we're in the season of Thanksgiving, this year has been quite a highlight for me, both professionally and also in my own personal life. So it's a season of just giving thanks. I'm thankful for life, for breathing.
Yes.
The little things we take for granted. Yeah, you could be feeling like you're entitled to, being alive, but there are so many people who would like to be here today to say the things we are saying, and they're not here. So I'm thankful for being alive.
And that even the sunrise with a little bit of chill in the air in Kenya,
we take for granted.
The quality of light and the community that I see, not just among my Kenyan colleagues, but when I've had a chance to travel around, is amazing. The diversity of this country. Things that...
Do you love it here?
Yes,
or
I do.
Like to go back home someday?
Well,
you have to.
What can I say? I love my home country. I love my family. But I'm also loving my time here.
All right. And I'd just like to hear, is it something you'd recommend, this culture of Thanksgiving for us? Having interacted with our culture and the diverse things that we do in our own style as well as Kenya, talk to us a bit about what we can borrow from this culture.
Well, I don't know that this is something that we can teach, because I already see such gratitude and thankfulness and community spirit in Kenya. What I would more say is that this is a point of commonality, where people realize the blessings that they have, where people realize what family means to them, and how important it is. I mean, this is a celebration of the ability to have a prosperous existence, and I would say, or what I take away is that. That's something I see very strongly in the United States, and it's something I see very strongly in Kenya, and it's a point where we come together.
Yep.
Jeff,
I fully agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what are you thankful for, though?
I'm thankful for everyone being happy, and just thankful for each and every day that we wake up and making an impact in people's lives.
Great, amazing. And what are you thankful for, wherever you're watching us from? I mean, you can type those things that you're grateful for on social media. We'd like to hear those, amazing things that have happened in your life. But even if you've gone through a dark season, be thankful that you came out of it, or you're still out of it, and you keep going on in that season. I want to hear more about this new position.
Sure.
Yeah, like I was saying, you're not new in Kenya. You've actually been actively serving in your diplomatic capacity. So tell us a bit about the transition and the difference between these two new roles. And many are still confusing. Is it ambassador? Is it,
Okay, so it's not ambassador.
What's the difference? Yeah.
So ambassador in our system requires the advice and the consent of the Senate. So the Senate has to confirm the person. But there's a long tradition in diplomatic in diplomatic work that when an ambassador departs, or when there's a change in ambassadors, that someone else from the embassy steps up to lead that role. So I will be, or I'm considered the chief of mission, but the title ambassador is reserved for those who've gone before the Senate. But I'll perform the same functions of representing the United States. until a new ambassador is appointed and then goes through the Senate confirmation process. And that will be something that President-elect Trump will select someone once the new administration comes in, and we'll wait for the Senate to do its process where it confirms the person, and then that person will come out. So I filled this exact same role in my last post, where I was the deputy and we had an election. And the ambassador resigned because of the change in election, and I filled that role until we had a new ambassador who arrived, and that's exactly what I'll do. As far as the specifics of the role, like many organizations, between number 1 and number 2 people in the organization, the number 2 person frequently is doing things on the inside. So I've spent a lot of time making sure that all the preparations are made. We personnel, finance, the operations, everything is smooth on the inside to allow the ambassador to come and do things like this and be
taking off the pressure.
Take off the pressure. So working on the internal things to enable the embassy to do those external engagements, to operate with the government. And so what I take on now is a little bit more public role, spending a little bit more time continuing to work with, I've worked with all of the ministries, so continue to work with the government, with civil society, with the media, the vibrant arts scene. I had a chance, we've done some creative economy work, and I've had a chance to host a number of creative economy events. I'll be going to the Mombasa Film Festival in a couple of weeks. So. Are you
loving it?
Yeah, well, there are some very fun things that I get to
that come with it.
They come with the job. Yeah.
What would you say has been like the achievement that you observed even under the leadership of the former Ambassador Meg, who left? And what's in the in-tray now that even if you're acting, I'm sure you have a bag full of things that Kenyans should be expecting with regards to the relationship between Kenya and the U.S. So just take us through the journey of what you have achieved and maybe what's in store.
So Ambassador Whitman really was focused on a lot of economic development. That resonates with me. Before I was in the diplomatic service, I trained as an economist. This is something I've been doing as a career. We focused a lot in the state visit. The state visit was a highlight because there were things that grabbed the media's attention, but there were things that make a difference for real people. And really, that has to do with a lot of the economic development work that we're doing jointly. So we managed to conclude a number of deals. For example, Coca-Cola will be investing in a new bottling plant. And new plant means more jobs for people. We've been working in the apparel sector. We've been working with companies in agriculture so that it creates opportunities and jobs. So we will continue that work. Because it is so beneficial to Kenyans and Americans. I already described the health work that we're doing. We will continue that health work. In the security sphere, there's a tragic history with the U.S. Embassy here going back to 1998. Al-Shabaab remains a threat in Somalia. This is a threat to Kenyans and to Americans. We'll continue working with the government on counterterrorism. So we have lots of long-standing interests, and then we say we serve one president at a time. So we will continue under the administration until January 20th, working on these very important things that have long history and roots. And then in January 20th, we will await the president-elect and his team. They will have some things that they will wish to continue, some things that will be new, and then we will take our policy direction. It's one of those things about democracy, right? We have change, and as a civil and foreign service, we respond to that change. And
so sort of what's happening now is sort of like finalizing whatever needs to be finalized.
They're working on their plans for what they would like to introduce in January.
All right.
And we are getting prepared.
All right. So people are asking, why are we not eating? I'd like to challenge you.
Okay, you're going to challenge me. Can I
also slice?
I'm going to slice the other breast.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can come this side.
I'm going to do it right here.
From this side. Okay.
Oh, all right. Actually, there's.
So that we see whether I did it better or I will outshine you.
I'm certain you did it better.
Really?
Better than I did. Yeah.
Please don't make me look bad. Try and pretend you don't know how to do this so that.
There's no way. That was.
What do you do for fun, though?
Me? I'm a
I like that.
Well, I wonder if I should admit this on television. I am an avid but not very good golfer.
Oh.
Yes, so I go out and I've enjoyed, and Kenya has some wonderful golf courses. I've been out. And then I also, my wife and I like to do some hiking, so we've been out to Ngong Hills and out to Mount Longonot and gone to Hell's Gate, seen a little bit of Kenya's national parks. So a little bit of outdoorsy hiking.
Do you like? Have you like interacted with the culture? Which one has impressed you most?
Well, you know the.
And he's doing it quite well, by the way. I thought he's gonna pretend he doesn't know so that I shine, guys. But he's been doing this since he was young, so you can excuse my shambled up.
You have done a wonderful job.
Cutting of the turkey. So this is how it's done.
It's quite good.
He's quite good at it. Yeah. Which Swahili words?
Well, which Swahili words? Mambo VP, right?
I saw your tweet.
You saw my tweet.
Mambo VP Wazito.
No, it was VP Wazito, but
VP Wazito.
No, ninapenda kusema Kiswahili. No, I've forgotten my little bit.
But that's really good. Ninapenda kusema Kiswahili says I love speaking Swahili. Yeah, you're really good.
So this we have a wonderful Swahili teacher at the embassy. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to learn before arriving, but I try to make some time with her to learn a little bit more, so that I have a chance to just say hello. But it is, the pressures of work make it hard to do too much.
But you're doing quite well. You're doing quite well, having traveled in different counties as well, and I'm sure you still now have more time to catch up and learn more about our culture. But we are winding up this program as the chef is finalizing, just having your plate. Probably a parting shot to our viewers.
Yes.
There's a lot that I'm sure we have achieved with regards to our relationship as two countries, as Kenya and the US, but I'd like to give you a chance to just talk to our viewers this morning in terms of your parting shots. If you like, go the Thanksgiving direction. If you like, talk to us about these relations and what we should be expecting.
Well, I think in the theme of Thanksgiving, I very much appreciate the chance to come on the show and share a little bit about U.S. culture. Share where, as I said, I think American families and Kenyan families think about the same things. We treasure our family relationships. We treasure our ability to provide for our families and to celebrate with our families and to recognize the things that make life sweet. Sweet. Right. And so thank you for letting me be here and celebrate that. And as far as the Kenya-U.S. relationship goes, I think we have a strong relationship that has gone back, 60 years at this point. That it is an incredible honor for me. It's an incredible honor for me to pick up that baton and continue the things that we've been doing. And so I look forward to doing that and to seeing you again.
Wonderful. Pick your plate then.
Pick my plate. Pick my plate.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Is it
Chargé d'affaires?
All right, you had that. So Mark Dillard, who's in studio, is now the person who is in charge of the mission at the U.S. Embassy right here in Kenya. We are delighted that you created time to just come and share with us the spirit of Thanksgiving in the U.S., a culture that really, really inspires us as Kenyans. And guys, thank you so much for watching. That's how we wrap it up. I know you have a lot to be thankful for. Please be in that Thanksgiving spirit. Just whatever it is that is happening in your life right now, put it aside and just celebrate yourself, celebrate people around you, celebrate your country and everything that you are doing. That's how we wrap it up on What's Cooking this last Thursday of November. It is Thanksgiving Day, and I hope you've loved, just seeing what we've showcased. I'll try and find a way of making sure a piece of this turkey gets to you. If it doesn't, forgive me, but I'll try. My name is Safina Chengauma. Have a lovely day ahead. Now we wrap it up. Enjoy the rest of your day.